y'all smoking in the car. Y'all can't wait until y'all done committing y'all crime to go smoke y'all weed, or at least smoke outside of the car. You know what I'm saying? Just like whatever, to search the car and find whatever they want to find. Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today we're finna be going ahead and getting into another body cam with these credit card scammers. You know, I was always told you don't gotta go to college to be smarter than a cop, but these people should have, I guess. So with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Good evening. Who are you with?
Who am I with?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm by myself.
No, you're not. Somebody's driving this vehicle. You didn't drive over here by yourself. You're in the passenger seat. Still sitting in the passenger seat.
Okay. Your point?
Is that marijuana coming out of the vehicle? It is. Step out of the vehicle for me, ma'am. You got a medical marijuana card?
What marijuana? You see me smoking? Do you see a
Q, do you smell that marijuana coming out of the vehicle?
I can smell it.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
You can smell it.
Coming out of the vehicle, do you have a medical marijuana card?
You see weed?
Ma'am, listen, I'm not arguing with you. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
But I'm not arguing with you neither.
Do you have a medical marijuana card? In the state of Florida, I do indeed smell weed. I don't have the seat. I can smell it. This nice officer here can also smell it. Deputy First, can you smell the marijuana coming out of this vehicle?
Really?
Yes. That is 3, 2, 1. So do you have...
What's so crazy is they all three of them niggas could be lying, and they still gonna pull you out of the car, search the car, and say that their probable cause was the smell of marijuana. And if they find anything else, they don't even have to find the weed, but if they find anything else, you can be charged for it. Now, in my eyes, that should be fruit of a poisonous tree because you didn't find any marijuana, but at the same time, you could have smoked in the car earlier in the day, and that's where that comes from.
Medical marijuana card that is valid in the state of Florida. You don't? Okay, then step out of the vehicle for me. Ma'am, I'm not going to ask you twice, okay?
Okay, can you give me a second?
No, ma'am. I've asked you politely 2 times. Can you please step out of the vehicle?
I'm not going to ask you twice. Ma'am, I politely asked you 2 times to get out of the vehicle.
Somebody that I asked to step out of the vehicle.
Can I help you?
You have your driver's license with you?
My driver's license?
ID, any type of identification?
Yes.
May I
Am I
see
in
it?
trouble in any type of way?
So here's the thing. You don't have a medical marijuana card. I can smell the marijuana emitting from the vehicle.
You can smell the weed coming from the car.
100%. I'm standing right here and can smell it.
Oh, really?
You are sitting in the vehicle.
Okay.
Do you have your ID with you?
I do.
Can I see it? Actually, I'm not even asking anymore. I'm going to tell you I need to see your ID. I have probable cause to ask for identification, so now you're going to provide it to me, or you're going to go in handcuffs, and I'm going to place you on arrest for failure.
I've
asked you 3 times, and you have not provided me.
We already know.
I'm not going to keep arguing with you. Here's where we're going.
With you. No, why are you?
100%.
Why are you grabbing
Because I've asked you twice.
No, y'all are not.
You're about to go to jail for resisting, I promise.
Stop. Restrain me from that.
Stop.
Just relax.
Because I've asked you 3 times for your
telling me to
ID.
relax, and
You're about to go to jail for resisting. Now stop. I'm not going to keep doing this with you.
I'm about to go to jail for resisting.
100%.
He literally saying, I'm not finna do this no more, and keep doing it. Like,
Smell marijuana on me. The marijuana you don't see nowhere in the car.
I don't have to see it. I smell it coming from the vehicle. You do not have a valid marijuana card in the state of Florida.
Really? Okay.
Let the phone go.
No, I'm not letting my phone.
I ain't gonna cap. You fuck around and just gotta get a marijuana card just to be free from this shit. But then on top of that, the marijuana that you do get, you gotta keep it in the same container it came in. It has to be away or like stored in a bag or something away from the driver. Like, it's a million different hoops that you gotta jump through that can go good for you or bad for you for having a marijuana card.
Let it go, it's gonna get broken.
It's going to break.
Get the f off of me. Get the f off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
Regular girls to goddamn Florida, New York girl.
She's fine.
No, I do not like how y'all came up.
None of this is that deep. You gotta calm down.
It is that deep. What are you talking about? You talking about marijuana?
Your compliance doesn't require this
My
much effort.
compliance doesn't come. He asked me to see my ID. I told him I was gonna go get it.
No, you
ended up
didn't.
getting
I said, do you have your ID? You said
And I
yes.
said,
I said, can I
do.
see it? And then you got smart. I asked you again.
I got smart.
You got smart
Also,
again.
you feel your feelings are hurt because I got smart.
My feelings are not
Really?
hurt. All right, I got a better
hurt
idea.
'cause I feel
You're going to
some type
jail.
of way. I'm going to jail?
You are.
Where's my phone at?
Nope, you're going to jail. Stop resisting.
Get off of me. You're
Stop
a-
resisting.
I want a woman to handle me. Get the
Nope.
f off
Walk.
of me. I want a woman to handle me. Get the f
Put her in my car.
I want a woman to
You know
handle
you
me.
just, you do know you're
I
being
want a
charged.
woman to. I want a woman.
Hang on, let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you.
Stop talking. I want a woman to
You
handle
just-
me. I want a woman to handle me. Let go.
Put her in the car.
Let go of me.
So something leads me to believe that they were called up here for a reason. They've either been watching these people or whatever. Now, whoever is the driver is still not back yet, which means that the person she was on the phone with is more than likely the driver, and they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do to avoid being arrested with her.
It's crazy. You should have seen how that guy that ran off. He was in there like at the
He
really
said,
crazy.
wait, so he said he was trying to get a carton of cigarettes?
He was trying to get.
He's credit card scam.
Yeah, he had a.
Yeah, so she wanted to play funny
They
games with me. That's her
telling.
ID card. She's like, I don't have it. I said, so you don't have your ID? She's like, I don't have a driver's license. I have an idea, so let me see it.
Right.
Then as
Yeah,
I'm
we saw
walking
the
to the
whole
car, she hit me with her elbows.
Women to handle me. Get the fuck
You
off of me.
put her in my car.
I want a woman.
So therefore, she's going to be charged with all of it.
Right.
And I'm about to search the car because there's marijuana in it. So I'm not going to keep arguing with him. He's walking down the road and he comes back. No, he's right there. He is coming back. Hey, bud, you might as well come back up here. I know you were driving this car.
I wasn't driving nothing. And you can't prove
Hey, isn't that the car you were in?
Yo, listen, number one, I know my rights. So listen.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from New York. So they're New York. Okay, so let me put y'all on game. Especially if y'all don't know, if y'all never really experienced a lot of this shit. Down south, I'm in Georgia, right? Down south, down here, cigarettes, tobacco products, this, that, and the third is way cheaper than up north. So what a lot of people do is they use stolen credit cards, they use debit cards that are not theirs, clones, blanks, a lot. Look these terms up if you don't know. They'll come down south from New York, buy up a bunch of things illegally, and then go back up to New York and sell them for a little bit cheaper than what the going rate is and make a profit. Now, their accents, they're trying to talk normal, but their accents are slowly coming out. And if I know this, the police know this too. So the thing about it is they can be charged federally because it's kind of like interstate commerce, like you're crossing states committing crimes.
I'm gonna tell this vehicle because she's going to jail. So, is that your vehicle? Is that your vehicle?
There's nothing in my policy that says I have to sell my car.
Hey, Lee, don't let anybody get in this car. Lee, go grab him. Don't let him go over there. Nobody gets in this car. I'm done with it. Y'all want to play
And
games?
they got New York. They got
Trust
New
me.
York.
Well, I'm going today.
He's saying wrong one
Hey,
day,
do y'all
but
have
he really
cameras
not
out this
standing
door
on business.
that faces this car right here? This white one? This white car. Y'all have just can you? Yep, there is a camera. Can you pull that camera back to when this car pulled up? Hey, don't let him in the car. You're not going in the car. I told you that when you walked up. You're not accessing this vehicle. You said you weren't in it. You're not in it. In the story. Hey, find out if he come in this vehicle. If so, we need his ID. If not, then he needs to leave.
All I'm saying is, I'm gonna leave right now. I know my rights, bro.
Know him somewhere else.
But the thing about it is, he don't want to leave without that car. Like I said, pay attention. That car has New York plates. So them niggas got the rental in New York, drove all the way down to Florida to do what they was going to do. Probably going to do a little bit of scamming as they come back up north. Getting away from, you know what I'm saying, whoever's chasing them that other way. And try to sell this shit back in New York, bro.
I just need whenever this white truck right here pulled up, I just need to see who got out of the driver's seat. They have cameras. I'm about to pull it up, and then I'm going to come find you, I promise. He parked right in front of the camera, so I'm going to see him get out of it, and then I'm going to get his ID, because I know what happened. They're scamming the store is what they were trying to do with his credit card. That's why this is such a big deal. I know. She's like, there's no marijuana in here. There's also marijuana shake all over the thing right there. I guess she thought that she was going to play some type of game. That's not going to happen.
Why get this big ass
Here's all the
van?
rolling paper. Here's a rolling tray. But there's no marijuana in the vehicle. That makes
But
the
the
whole
thing about it, I just never understood. Like, and people say that you can't be addicted to marijuana. I call cap, because how in the fuck do you niggas come committing different type of felonies and y'all smoking in the car? Y'all can't wait until y'all done committing y'all crime to go smoke y'all weed, or at least smoke outside of the car, knowing it gives these people 100%. I don't even know the word I want to say. 100% rights, or you know what I'm saying, just like whatever to search the car and find whatever they want to find. Like, that's the package right there.
It's all right here.
What's they called? Skittles?
Here's more
Sprinkles.
marijuana.
That's intended to distribute.
Hold up, please. They're buying all this from a dispensary. Hey, Lee, see if you can find an ID in there, because all this weed's coming from a dispensary. So either he's got a card.
Either it's a dispensary or they trapping. They sell it in them little bags.
And he's playing the I wasn't in the vehicle card, so it doesn't matter. She says she doesn't have one, but she's also not providing any identification. So hold off on it. Let's find her ID first.
Either you're going to go or you're going to stay, but you need to make up your mind.
He's trespassing.
Yeah, you've been trespassing here, so if you come back on the road, you're going to jail. Thank you. There's a reason he left, but everything in this vehicle is packaged in like brand new stuff. Like they have acquired all of this stuff somehow. See, he's so mad that we're searching his vehicle. There's something going on that he doesn't want to tell us. No, I found hers, but what I'm trying to verify that she does not have a medical card because everything is coming from a dispensary.
Yeah.
So he's laid claims to not being in this vehicle is what he told me. I said, were you driving this vehicle? He said, you can't prove I was in that vehicle. I know my rights. I said, okay, fair game. So that is that. He is not a resident. He's not part of this vehicle. He claimed that. Something's going on. There's a reason he distanced himself from this vehicle when we first come here. He disappeared. Now he wants to hang out by the road and say that he was not in this vehicle. So they're checking the cameras, which is going to put him in this vehicle. Right. And if he comes back in this parking lot again, he's going to jail. Final warning. She decided that she was not going to go in handcuffs. Then, walking across the thing, she decided to hit me with her elbow, so she's going to be charged with that as well.
Battery against the officer.
Make sure you stay on the roadway, because you come in this parking lot, you're going to jail. Alright, there is not a medical marijuana card in this wallet, or in this purse. I'm going to give him the opportunity, one last time, to claim this vehicle. Hey, last opportunity. Were you inside this vehicle? Yes or no? Yes, a yes/no question, bud. Were you occupying this vehicle?
I understand what you're saying.
Were you occupying this vehicle? That's my only question. I'm not debating with you. I'm asking a yes/no question.
Remain silent, bro. You're not telling me nothing.
You're not under arrest, so I mean.
I have the right to remain silent.
Then you have the right to walk down the road. But that vehicle's about to be towed, so I'm giving you the opportunity because I'm taking everything in it. So either A, were you in the vehicle?
It's people pulling up.
Were you in the vehicle? Yes or no?
People coming to get their stuff out.
No, they're not coming to get it. I promise. Were you in the vehicle? Yes or no? Sounds good. Start walking. All right, let's search it. I'll be back up in a second.
And in New York, bro, everybody in New York, a real New Yorker, they get mad the same way.
I'm gonna read you something. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or be against you in the court of law. You understand each of these rights I've explained them to you? Okay, with those rights in mind, do you want to speak with me? It's a yes or no question.
What did you say?
With those rights in mind, would you like to speak with me?
Would I like to speak?
Yes, ma'am. Yes or no? Okay. Who is this guy that is raising all types of problems about this vehicle? Who is he to you? If you don't want to answer any questions, all you gotta do is say no. We can be done with it. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. She's 10:15. I'm not playing. Don, shut the door and come here for a second.
Officers were called to the scene to begin with by the store owner at this location. It turns out the store owner
Why the fuck the store? They called, bro. See, this the type of shit that don't make sense to me. They called as soon as they asked them to do something about them trying to arrest these people or whatever. They all standing behind the camera looking stuck on stupid like they don't know what's going on. Nigga, you called the police. And that's what I was saying. I said somebody had to call them or they had to be followed or it had to be a tip sent off because when people, like when I used to work at Kroger, right? When people would come and do this and you were supposed to report it to management or whatever, and then management, they would call all the Krogers around your area and they would tell them, hey, look, is these people coming in this car? They trying to do this. They trying to buy cigarettes. They trying to buy cartons. They trying to buy whatever. And we would basically shut it all the way down, right? This is the same exact thing, except for you acting scary as fuck. But you called the police. So it's like, oh shit.
to trespass the male who was seen in the body cam footage causing problems, later identified as Taylor. Once the officers arrived, the store owner requested the trespass on Taylor. The officer then asked Taylor for his identification, which he did not provide, and then the officer informed him of the trespass. Taylor then left the premises on foot, which is when the events shown in the body cam footage pick up. Later on, an officer made contact.
So we didn't get to see the part where the officer first pulled up and made contact with the guy. He just left, but he left her in the car.
with the store owner, who stated the disturbance began when Taylor entered the store, attempting to purchase $548 worth of cigarette cartons. Taylor attempted to swipe a credit card, but the machine read canceled. The store owner informed Taylor of this, to which he became very angry. Taylor made the store owner swipe the card 4 more times, and the card still didn't work. The store owner also stated Taylor provided him with an out-of-state ID, which didn't belong to Taylor according to the picture. The officer then viewed the store security footage and observed the white Ford SUV pull into the parking lot and Taylor exit the driver's seat. Taylor was then detained as he was still hanging around the area and read his Miranda warning, which he stated he understood. Earlier, during the events of the body...
But the thing about it is, I understand that he finna leave his girl, she finna get charged with the marijuana, the fraud, and all this other shit, right? Well, she probably wouldn't have been charged with the fraud because he was the one who tried to do it and he left. But you should have just left then. You was going to take the L on the rental. She was going to catch all her charges. You hold her down. I understand him coming back and wanting to do this, that, and the third, but niggas is going to jail regardless. Nobody was getting off on this one.
Footage, a nearby homeowner in the area advised dispatch that a male matching Taylor's description was in his yard. An officer made contact with this homeowner, and he stated he confronted Taylor and asked him why he was sneaking around his yard. Taylor began making statements such as, "You're being an asshole," and walked away. The homeowner stated he then witnessed Taylor walk to the south tree line of his property and walk into the bushes before reappearing and walking back down the road toward the law enforcement officers at the store. The homeowner walked the officer to where he last saw Taylor in the bushes. The officer then located 2 credit cards and an ID under a log. It appeared these cards had been freshly placed there based on the marks on the ground around the cards. The officer returned to the store owner and showed him the cards. The store owner stated that was the ID Taylor provided him with, and he remembered seeing one of the credit cards while Taylor attempted to swipe them. The officer then made contact with Taylor, who was unable to provide him a valid reason for why he attempted to use the cards. Taylor was uncooperative and kept stating he knows his rights and this won't go anywhere.
But the thing about it is, people like go in there and try to get 3 and then send her in there and try to get 2 or whatever. Why are y'all going in and trying to get 10 cartons of cigarettes at one time? Nobody smokes that many cigarettes, bro. Like, come on, gang.
Dispatch later advised the ID Taylor used returned with no record, which leads officers to believe it's fake. Taylor was placed under arrest for fraudulent use of personal identification information, and the female, Tiana, was placed under arrest for possession of marijuana under 20 grams and resisting without violence. They are innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
It says 23.5 grams, but it says 20.
Guys, I'm John, and I sincerely appreciate you. Now, honestly, I've always been interested in human behavior, and I've always wondered why people do the things that they do. And when I've investigated people, whether in a vehicle or on foot, I've always led with respect. But when the person began to lie to me, in all honesty, that respect slowly went away. Now, as we tune into the body cam video out of Lake City, Florida, the officer begins his investigation by asking a female sitting in the passenger seat who she's with. And keep this in mind, the officer is probably there investigating due to a radio call. And when she answered the officer's question with the question, it's usually a bad sign because marijuana has a strong smell. So he's asking probably because he can smell it. Now,
But here's the thing also though. And I'm not trying to tell nobody how to do what they do, but when you're doing something like this, or you're, you know what I'm saying, basically doing something you're not supposed to do, you need to switch into the driver's seat when that person goes in, or you need to be sitting in the passenger already. It doesn't need to be, because if you can get away with the car and all that shit that y'all got in it, it'll make it a lot harder for him to say, oh yeah, they were doing this, they were doing that. You got a car that smells like straight weed. When the police pull up, you pull the fuck off. Simple as that. Now, they can give chase and they can pull you over and they can try to see this, that, and the third. But they trying to deal with Buddy too. And if they ain't got no backup and you get away, you get away.
you are unaware, in the state of Florida, marijuana is still illegal unless medically prescribed, and police can search your vehicle because of the plain smell doctrine. And in this case, it can be utilized along with the other factors like the other officer smelling the marijuana, she's being evasive when being asked simple questions, she's also not presenting a medical marijuana card, and she appears to be under the influence of something. Now, with all of these facts, plus the radio call, I would agree that this officer can investigate this young woman. Now, I know you guys had to notice how long it took her to step out of the vehicle, and in my opinion, I don't think it was because she was refusing the officer's commands. I honestly think thinks he was just dazed. But as she gets handcuffed, she's actually confused. But this is why people get themselves into trouble, because all she had to do was give the officer her ID. And now here comes the possible driver of
the thing about it is they're gonna identify you anyways, whether they like it or not. And it only is gonna make it harder for you if you don't give them your identification, because they can take you to jail. They won't be able to book you because they don't have your name, your date of birth, whatever, right? But you also can't leave until they get that information. So you're going to sit in jail for as long as you want until you finally give them your name or date of birth. And date of birth.
Car, and he claims that he wasn't in the car until the officer digs deeper in his investigation and finds quite a few packets of marijuana. And then we learn, according to the security footage, that not only was Taylor the driver, but he was inside the store attempting to purchase cigarettes using a card with a name that was not him. But lastly, this was an interesting case from the initial response to the officer to the arrest that was made. And I loved working alongside officers like this. And most officers know that these days criminals are getting more crafty with their scamming and their trickery. But as law enforcement and citizens, if we want to stay steps ahead of these criminals, we have to stay alert, be proactive, and stay educated. That's all I have for today, guys. Remember to be safe, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir. So, with that being said, man, that's going to go ahead and wrap that one up, bro. It's just simple mistakes. Niggas doing stupid shit. I don't know why when something declines or whatever, niggas stay in there trying to figure it out. Like, bro, if that shit was to happen to me, I'm getting the fuck on. Straight up. Like, I'm not finna wait. I ain't finna, are you sure it declined? Why is it canceling? There's money on the car. No, bro, I'm gone. It's like you commit a drug sale and somebody ain't got the money. As soon as you start fumbling around and you ain't got what I need, I'm getting the fuck on, gang. I ain't got time to sit right here and play with you. But you finna sit right here and play with the Ock. Shit crazy, man. It's your boy Key checking in, checking out. We gone.